Okay, is this normal or nope? We lie to our doctors and dentists about how we're maintaining our bodies, like flossing. Do you ever lie to your dentist about how often you floss, Virginia?
No, not at this point. I used to back in the day. Oh, yes, I floss every day. Now I'm just like, yeah, I get it when I can. I try to floss every day, but I don't.
I used to lie to my doctor, and I learned there's two people you never lie to: your doctor and your lawyer.
Oh, okay.
You got to be honest with
honest.
it. If not, you're going to end up either guilty as charged or dead.
Yeah. They say 57% of Americans lie to their dentist about how much they floss. So it's a very normal thing to do.
And by the way, they know when you're lying.
Of course.
As soon as they touch your gum and it starts to bleed, they go, "You haven't flossed."
Oh, no, that's the ultimate test.
Since last March.
I'm always rooting as I see, the dental hygienist is doing the flossing. I'm always like, come on, no blood, no blood, no blood.
Yeah, I know.
Because then they got to be like, ugh, this gross mouth guy.
Yeah, if you're bleeding, then
Yeah.
you're not doing it right when you're on your own. You shouldn't be bleeding that much.
Yeah, right. Shouldn't look like triage.
No, it should not be where they need those little tampons for the mouth to keep putting
Yeah.
in there to
But-
soak
Right.
up everything.
People lie because sometimes you'll get shamed too, and I don't think people like that. I think there's a fine line where you can,
Yeah.
as the medical person,
Right.
you can let the person know, but also not make them feel lower than dirt.
You get a judgy tone.
Totally.
Yeah, it can happen. Monica said, I want to see if this is normal or nope. I put Oreos in a bowl, pour milk over them, and eat them like cereal.
It's not normal, but it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of a great hack.
They
if
make-
you love Oreos and milk and cookies,
Well, they make the Oreo cereal, which does taste different than an Oreo cookie. It just tastes different.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you think about, what is it, the Cookie Crisp cereal that they do? I mean, it's basically the same thing.
Oh, Cookie Crisp is different than the Oreo. Cookie Crisp is the chocolate chip kind,
Yeah.
and boy, do I love that.
Yeah.
I love the after milk on a Cookie Crisp.
I mean,
We
when
know you do, Puddin'.
If you want to just say I've given up on all health, I'm having cookies for breakfast.
And many bowls of it, too.
Yeah.
But if you're going through it, man, crunched up Oreo cookies for breakfast and milk sounds delicious.
Oh, as an adult going through a major breakdown, Cookie Crisp really does fill that void in your
That
soul.
does. That does. Do you keep peanut butter in the fridge? Is that normal or nope?
I don't. Are you supposed to?
I don't know. There's some of those. I've seen those lists out before on things you would never think you're supposed to keep in your fridge and things you don't. And I'm sure I'm not doing it right.
I mean, I'd imagine if you opened up peanut butter and kept it in your cupboard, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of something growing on it. Now, is it enough to hurt you? No, because a lot of people leave their peanut butter in a cupboard, and I like it in a cupboard.
My mom always did that. I like it in the cupboard too because then it remains smooth and spreadable.
I always
Yeah.
poke holes in my bread when it's in the freezer. I'm like a bear.
Well, that's the issue. It becomes too hard, and then you're right. It's not spreadable. I think that's why we don't. Now, are
Something
you supposed to?
Something tells me you're like a bear either way.
I have put a lot of holes in a lot of bread.
I know. I can tell that about you.
If you're doing it, it's not normal. 90% of people on KVJ TV are not keeping their peanut butter in the fridge.
Okay.
But I bet you any money if you did one of those deep dive, what kind of bacteria is on your peanut butter when you leave it in outside of the fridge? I bet it's through the roof.
I don't want to know.
I know.
Yep. Do you take toiletries from a hotel room?
I do. Because I like having little extra travel soaps and little lotions. I always take them, especially if it's a nice place.
Yeah, because I would imagine if they're just sitting anywhere in there, they always replace them no matter what, right? I would think you would have to as a hotel. You couldn't be like, it didn't look like they touched them. Let's just leave them for the next guest.
Hope
No, they
not.
always replace them.
Yeah. I would think so as well.
My problem is I leave too much of my stuff at the hotel.
Well, I wondered, okay, is this rude to take everything? Because I'll take the cotton balls, I'll take the Q-tips, I'll take the little complimentary mouthwash. I take everything. And I was with a girl one time, and she helps to run hotels. Like, she's a big wig in a large hotel chain. And she was like, as we were checking out, she goes, "Did you go in there and take all the soaps and lotions?" And I said, "No, I didn't, because I was with you and I didn't want to look weird." And she said, "No, go in there and take them. You paid for them. They expect you to take them." And I was like, "Really?"
I played baseball with a dude who would take the towels.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
To me,
That's
stealing.
Yeah, because something that they're going to reuse. Yeah, that's stealing. At
They
that
can
point.
charge you for that if they figure out you're jacking their towels.
It was the 90s. They weren't figuring anything out.
I take the TVs. Is that wrong?
I took the nightstand.
And this person says, I use multiple brushes on my hair. A wet brush, a blow drying brush, a fine brush, and then a comb.
I get it.
I think that might be more normal for the long hair community, Kev. You'll know about that.
Yeah, girls that have long hair, we know, like, there's some brushes you use when your hair is wet. There's some
Really?
you use when it's
Okay.
dry.
Huh.
And you can't brush a wet head with a dry brush, or a dry brush for a dry head, or whatever.
Yeah.
When I had long hair, I had a brush for the wet and a brush for the dry. And for the dry one, I mean, I needed a horse brush.
And then you need a comb to make a part, and it's like a whole
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Kev, long hair is it's challenging,
She
man.
knows.
I do know, and
She knows.
I don't think I'm ever going back.
One and done.
One and done.
But you grew it out long.
For almost a half a decade.
You looked like a certified crazy person.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.